That's becoming my song. What's going on? Yeah, how y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. That means we're halfway through, y'all. Pushing through this week, pushing through. Keep pushing, keep pushing. I'm gonna start. I ain't gonna even do a welcome. I'm just gonna say, keep pushing, y'all. Keep pushing through the week. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome to Poppy's Conversation Corner, a conversation that happens every darn week at the same time on I'm fixing my hair on the same platform. Y'all, we have great conversations here with great people. And today I'm excited because we have a phenomenal young lady who does phenomenal work. She's been doing it. Some of y'all probably talked to her. Y'all don't even know that it's her. We're not even gonna go there because I'm not gonna run her resume down because she's just that phenomenal. She's always in these streets on somebody's stage play, doing the work, y'all. She's a comedian. She's a songstress. She's a minstrel. She's a minister. She's prophetic. She operates under the anoint. Like she is just that great, y'all. I just ran down her resume and I said I wasn't even gonna do it. But how y'all doing? Do me a favor. Share this video, heart it, like it, and comment. Y'all talk back with us. Today, we're having a phenomenal conversation, and we're talking with Angela Rudolph on when caregiving becomes overwhelming, supporting the supporters. Y'all, let's get Angela on. I call her Angie. I'm not gonna keep saying Angela. We're gonna get Angie on and let's talk. What's up, Angie? How are you?
Hey, I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm great. I was trying to get my voice together because, with Angie, you don't half step it because she gonna call it out. But
Oh
you're
goodness.
supposed to do this. Like,
Here you
how's
go.
your?
Let's get
I know. I had to turn
started.
on. Had to turn on. It was backstage. I was turned down. The camera turns on. Here we go. But how's your week going?
Excellent. Excellent.
So like, I don't want to put too much out there because I don't want to run your resume down or too much. But like, what do you do now? Like, I know it's
Um,
something great,
oh
but
my how about what don't I do? Well, my nine to five is I work for the city of Cincinnati fire department under fire chief Frank McKinley in the finance department. That's my 9 to 5. I also am the founder and executive director of a nonprofit called Sistahs, Sistahs, Sisters Acts of Kindness. We work with Black and Brown children, pre-K to fifth grade, with any type of developmental, learning, or behavioral struggles in the school system. We currently have a after-school program that we partner with Sharonville Elementary.
mm,
Along with that, we do a lot of other things with children within the community. We give away things during Christmas. We do field trips at the end of the school year. So we do back to school giveaways and all kinds of stuff under that platform. I also wrote a children's book called William Wiggleworm.
oh, okay, writer.
Yeah, so that empowers children with ADHD or any type of issues with, and it teaches them to empower themselves to calm their bodies. So
Mhm.
that's something else that I've done. Um, and the list goes on and on. I've been in a couple movies, a couple plays, and all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of passion and stuff I love to do, sing, act. So.
I love that. I love that. So, two things.
Mhm.
The book. If we wanted to purchase that book, how can we get that book?
Oh, it's on Amazon. It's on
Okay.
BarnesandNoble.com,
Okay.
at Target.com.
And
It's
say
just
say the name one more time so we got it.
William Wiggleworm. And of course, I'm the author, Angela
Yeah,
Rudolph.
Angela Rudolph.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look that book up, and then with your, because even though I already know, with your nonprofit, assuming it's your nonprofit, but
Yeah.
with your nonprofit, on supporting that, how would one go about like supporting? Like, I mean, I'm assuming because it says sisters, so I'm sure the ladies can get involved in some facet. I'm sure there's always financial ways that people can support because around like holidays and stuff, you're doing give backs and all that stuff. So,
Absolutely.
or is there a way we can find this information? Like
Absolutely.
when,
You can go to our website, and that's Sisters Acts of Kindness, www.sistersactsofkindness.org. So
yes,
it'll take you to how to donate to us. If you want to volunteer, you can give us your name and your information, your email. That's all on our website.
perfect, perfect. So we
Yep.
definitely want to get that up to Madam Producer. Yes, that look at her. She always just be on it. I don't care what I don't care what nobody said about my producer. She be on it. But Angela, there I go. Or Angie. So when caregiving becomes overwhelming, supporting the supporter. So at some point, you've been in the business of caregiving in some aspect, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So in caregiving, what are some of the biggest emotional and mental challenges like caregivers faced in your opinion? Solely in your opinion.
Um, I I'll give my personal opinion.
Mhm.
I was actually involved in a really bad car accident with two of my children, and my daughter had a traumatic brain injury. So for me personally, there's a lot of caregiver guilt, like you're not doing enough. And then there's also caregiver kind of like you get burnt out because you feel like you're doing too much. So those two, they're on two separate spectrums, but those are the two main ones I think, as far as issues you may have when you're dealing with caregiving. For me, I would say caregiver guilt was kind of more of what I dealt with my daughter, just because one, I was still working a full-time job, but I had to care for my daughter. And I wanted to make sure, I was still doing everything that she needed. And you just feel like, you know what, it's not enough of me. I'm getting pulled this way, I'm getting pulled that way. And that's where that caregiver guilt comes in. Um, I would say those two would be the two main ones.
So like even in that moment, because I don't want to get like too personal, but like so in that moment, since you like kind of lived through that, or in that moment, like did you have like or did you feel in that moment, not like in reality, but in that moment, did you feel that you had support around you because you're the caregiver, but in that moment, like was your mind saying like you're supported, or was you just solely feeling stretched, like you got this going on, you got this going on, you still want to be here, that guilt is kicking in, but like did you have like a village around you in the sense that you felt supportive?
I mean, I have to say that I definitely had a support system. I had family members, I had friends, I had a lot of people step in. The church that I went to, Corinthian Baptist, a lot of them stepped in, but it did not take away from that feeling of guilt because I
Mm,
was the mother. So you
mm,
you develop that own guilt in your mind, regardless of how much support you have around you. You still feel as a mother and as the main, caregiver,
mm.
that you should still be there. So regardless if she always had someone at the hospital with her,
Yeah,
and when she got out of the hospital, she always had someone with her, but that's not me. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So in
yeah.
your mind, you're still feeling that guilt because you're like, I should be there. So it's something that you just got to kind of work out for yourself.
Mhm,
Even with those support groups, and even having counseling, you just got to
mhm.
talk to yourself and understand that, hey, I can't always be there, and that is why those support people are there for you.
Yeah. So like did you like because the guilt was there, the guilt was
Mhm.
there. Like did you ever find yourself in that position though, like finally like accepting, or like did you like that was just an ongoing thing? Like
I think for me, it was a process. So, initially, of course, it's new. So you're like, oh my God, I got to do everything for my baby. You know what I
yeah.
mean? This is my child. I got to care for her. I got to make sure she's okay. But a good thing that helped me was when I started seeing some of the aspects of the support were helping her.
Mhm,
So one of the examples was we got her a dog, and it was a support dog.
mhm.
And that really changed and gave her what's the word I'm looking for? It was positive, it was positive for her to have that
Yeah.
dog. And when I saw things being more positive for her, then that caused me to be like, okay, I don't always have to be there. It was a different type of support system. It's
Yeah.
like, when you got your mom and your family, okay, you see that, but that dog, and she was, bonding with that dog. I'm like, okay, she gonna be okay. She's not gonna
Yeah.
always need me in every
Yeah.
aspect. So that's an example of a different type of support that helped me get over that caregiver guilt.
I love that. I love that. I don't. I definitely do. Of course, it's not. Well, I don't have any kids, but I've
Mhm.
had that feeling like my little brother, because I have like during that time he was like 5 when he had this surgery, and I just felt so guilty because I had so many, like, had work going on, and it was like, oh my god, like I'm not there, like something happened. I want to be the first person he see when he wake up, type
Yeah.
situation. Even though my mom, who is his mother, is right there, but it's still like, no, like I need to be there, like. And I
Mhm.
had to like realize, like, my support has to come in another way for him. Me being here making this money. That sounds so, out here making this money, like to help support in that way. I had to
Yeah.
like try to train my mind to be like, because it was eating me up so much, like just not being there. Like, he's in the hospital right now, a doctor's cutting on him, and I'm not there, and it's like, so I had to like kind of put my mind on that. So I do get that guilt piece of it, but I had to like try to train, like switch, not train, switch my mindset to like, I can support this way. I got to be like this, how I can help the situation or in the situation. Because you can't be everywhere at all times. I
Yeah,
can't.
because we kind of like we talk ourselves. It's a lot of the guilt is just our inner mind thinking and talking to ourselves. But that's when counseling comes in.
Mhm.
And you gotta talk to somebody to say, hey, I'm struggling right now, and be able to get into a better space. Because if you're not okay, you're not gonna be able to support somebody
Mhm.
else.
That's
So
true. That's true.
you can do therapy, you can do some yoga, whatever is going to cause you to relax and take away some of that stress and that overthinking that we do, so that you can be a better support system. And then that'll take away for some of that caregiver guilt. And also just being burnt out. Like if you too stressed out, like you said, I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, like, so talking to somebody else, relaxing, going to the spa, getting a pedicure, manicure, all those kind of things to cause you to relax. So when it's time to help and be that caregiver, you'll be relaxed enough and not be stressed out, and you can be a better support for that person.
Self-care was what came to my mind. Like like the caregivers have to like recognize self-care as a priority in that, like in the midst of like being that caregiver, because you get burnt out. Like, my aunt, for instance, God rest her soul, but she was a caregiver for almost my whole life. Like, her husband, when I was younger, like he started having strokes, and like she cared for him, and then like it went from like him having a stroke, where he was still like mobile and stuff, and then it went to strokes just took him out, and he couldn't even like move himself out the bed. And my aunt, like, she just became like a 24/7 caregiver,
Sure.
and like literally took no time out for herself though. Like,
Yeah.
at the end, like I saw transitions of her like losing even the friends that she had. Like, when it was the end of her life, she didn't have any friends. She didn't she didn't have a social life. So it wasn't like literally, we like, it was a point where we didn't even have like funeral celebration type situation, because it was like it's just us type
Yeah.
thing. So like, but the caregiver, that's all she did was caregiver. Like, took no
Yeah.
time out for self. Like,
Yeah.
and as much as you will like want to tell her to, her priority was her husband. Her
Yeah.
priority was like this. But how good was she for herself?
Right. So you definitely have to manage that. You have to ensure that, you have breaks, you take breaks like for yourself. And that's when that support system comes in. That's when, family and friends come in and you say, hey, I need a break. And you got to learn how to reach out and ask for help. So sometimes people just don't want to ask for help, or they're
Mhm.
afraid to ask for help. But you definitely need to just ask for those breaks. And do some type of physical activity, to stay in shape. Like I said, or maybe just learn something new to take away from that stress. Something that you were thinking about doing, that's some type of physical activity. I don't know, cycling, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Dance
Something that,
class. Let's do line dance because
there
that's
you
a
go.
thing now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, that way you're rejuvenated, and when it's time to care for that person, you're in a better mood. You're physically able to help them because you're physically fit. I mean, there's a lot into being a caregiver that people just don't think about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get
So
that.
you said something else. So how can caregivers recognize when they're reaching their point of burnout? Like, is that a thing? Like, do you think? Because I'm like in my situation, like with my aunt that I was talking about, I don't know if I felt like she actually recognized though that she was like burnt out.
I mean, there's definitely signs you're going to be more irritable. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be, it's just those same stress signs that you would have normally are still going to show up and come up. So you got to kind of recognize those signs, and hopefully you have people around you that are recognizing those signs, because when you're irritable and you're like that, you're not going to be able to help that person to your full capacity. So yeah, you definitely have to recognize those stress levels, and that irritability coming up. And once, like I said, once you start seeing those type of things, that's when you have to say, hey, I need help,
Mm.
and don't be afraid to, find somebody that you trust. I'm not saying ask everybody for help, but there should be someone that you feel like that you can trust, and you can say, hey, I need help right now. And even if that person can't help you, they may be able to find someone else that can do it for you.
Literally, like right when you said that, my mind says, see, we have kindred spirit, because when you said that, I was thinking, if that person doesn't work, try somebody else, find somebody else. Don't stop with that one person just because, life is life and for everyone. And just
Absolutely.
because that person you go to during that time may not be in the place, even though they may be willing, and they're just not there right now.
Right.
Try somebody else, call somebody else. Don't stop. Get that help that you need so that you can be good for not just the other person, but for yourself. Because,
Absolutely.
like you said it, like ultimately, like if you helping this person and you helping this person and you burn yourself out, good for yourself. Now you're not going to be good for that person. Like,
There you go.
so you got to definitely self
Yeah,
care.
I
Mike.
agree. I mean, this is one of the main reasons why I created Sisters Acts of Kindness. I have a son that has ADHD, and then I had my daughter, like I told you, that had a traumatic brain injury, and they struggled in the school systems. The traumatic brain injury kind of mirrors some of the same type of characteristics as having ADHD, so they can't focus in class all the time, and it's hard to calm their bodies, and their brains are racing. It's a lot of the same aspects. And teachers don't have a lot of patience for children like that. So I struggled a lot. But what happened was I developed a group of women, including my mother, who worked with special ed children. And I had girlfriends that, some of their kids had autism, and other children that were on the spectrum. I created like this sisterhood of people,
Hmm.
and we all supported each other. Even if
Yeah.
we just talked on the phone and said, hey, I'm having a bad day, or my kids getting on my nerves, or whatever the situation was, I created that sisterhood and that community. And even if I needed a babysitter, I knew there was somebody that could help me. If I needed, like I said, if I just needed to vent, I knew I had this sisterhood of people that could help me. And it caused my children to be successful in the school system. Even if I needed help with the meeting that I was having with the teacher, they were willing to sit there with me during that meeting if it was something that I didn't understand or didn't know about. So having that support in that community is important. So I created Sisters Acts of Kindness to recreate that community, because if I was able to be successful with my children with that help, I felt like there were other parents that may not have that. So I tried to recreate that through the nonprofit. So if parents need help with, helping their children, or they don't understand, maybe getting an IEP or a 504 plan, or whatever's going on with their child, or their child has behavior issues, they can reach out to us, and we can help them and support them through that process. It could be as easy as, I don't know, that parent might not have gas money today, and we like, okay, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Stuff happen. Those little small acts of kindness are what we do. And there's all kinds of nonprofits out there that support caregivers as well. I can't think of the one I'm thinking of right now, but it'll come to me. But you got to look at those type of support systems, like I said, and then counseling and therapy. There's all kinds of ways that you can reach out to get that help and that support.
I promise you, in that short amount of time, you dropped so much knowledge. You definitely did. Because honestly, like, I joke all the time, like, but this just got so serious, I can't even joke right now. So, but then the reality is, like, the fact that a lot of people don't have the mentality to build that village, to have that connection, and it's a lot of different reasons, pride and stuff, or like embarrassment, like a
Right.
lot of people like, but to have like a system or have an organization that's solely there to help walk people through, to be
Right.
support,
Yeah.
and it's simple, it's saying what it is, acts of kindness, like to literally like just show kindness.
Small acts of kindness. It
Like,
goes a long way.
it definitely goes a long way. And like in 2025, we need those acts of kindness, those small acts of kindness.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
because
More
there's a lot going on.
than
It's a lot going on. But to like have organizations like the one that you've created, that you're building or built, like at the end of the day, like that matters. And people, if you're watching, if you know somebody who may be even in that type of situation, like reach out, like do your research. Like this is one organization, like you said, it's multiple. There's a whole bunch of organizations that's out here doing the work.
or just reach. I mean, even churches around you, neighborhoods.
Mhm,
Even if you get into the point where you don't even know, you don't go to that church, but
mhm.
it's in your neighborhood or across the street. Just walk in and ask, say, "Hey, I need help," and
Mhm.
you would be so surprised how willing. I know
Yes,
new prospect. I know they'll help you.
come through our front doors. We got you, and not
Yeah,
even joking. We got you. Like,
absolutely.
and if we don't have you, we're gonna find the resource, the persons to get you where you need to be.
Go there, you
That's
go.
so those
That
small acts of kindness.
first step of asking for help. Yeah.
Mm. You definitely have to take that step. Like, and it's hard. Like, even on the personal level, like having people around you, like building those type of people around you that you're comfortable enough to. Like in my new season now, I just like got to a place where I can go to a friend or go to the people that I consider friends and be like, hey, this is just not it today. Like,
Yeah.
I need it. Like, we have to get to that place.
Yeah,
And
you
definitely,
gotta be able to acknowledge your feelings, and that
hmm,
is harder than people think. Like just being
hmm,
able to say, "I'm sad today. I'm struggling today. I'm upset today." Whatever the situation, being able to just communicate and acknowledge your feelings. Believe it or not, like being that emotional intelligence, a lot of people do not have that. So
hmm,
if you could just do that in itself. Maybe just journal it. Like, hey, I'm
hmm,
having a bad day today, and just write it down. You'll be
yep,
surprised how that would help your stress level to be able to be a great caregiver, going forward. Just journaling. If you
yep,
can't do nothing else, just write it down. Like,
write
hey,
it
I
down.
don't want anybody, but I'm having a bad day today. Or my brother, my cousin, my mother is getting on my nerves today and I'm stressed out. I know I got to take care of them, but I'm not in a good mood today. I need a break. Just write it down.
Yep,
Just write it down if you can't do nothing else. And then eventually, once you start writing it down, you'll be able to express that and go back to it and say, you know what, I can speak this now. I can say this to somebody. And just take those small steps to get to the point where you can um, relieve that stress, manage that stress, because you're gonna be stressed when you're dealing with caring for someone else. Because it's hard enough to care for yourself. You know what I
facts.
mean?
Facts. Like there you go. Like I'm telling y'all, she's writing her second book. She ain't told us yet, but this is a part of the book. No lie.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Thank
spoke it. I spoke it.
There you go.
Receive it. Receive it. No.
I
So
do.
Mikey did say we had some comments. Mikey, can we get some of those comments up really quick? Beautiful mission, love it. Charisma says beautiful mission. She follows
Uh, is
your
on our board.
organization. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm sure Charisma is like how do you handle caregiver resentment?
Ooh, that's a hard one. So, I think once again, you just probably got to go back to that journaling and that talking, and you got to really understand that it's not coming from a bad place. And just remember that this person is struggling with whatever they're going through, and just having patience and understanding. Shoot, prayer works. Just pray for them and pray for yourself. That pray for strength. That even through those moments where they're upset and aggravated, most of the time it has nothing to do with you. It's the
Mhm.
situation itself.
Definitely. I concur. I agree that like literally like you have to kind of almost take it off self. Take
Mm-hmm.
it like step out of self and
Yeah.
recognize that this moment, as hard as it is, like and as because we're human, but it's not about me. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about like this is not a me thing. Like this person, like even the way that they're lashing out, even the way that they're responding, it's not a me thing. Like they're mad at their current situation, they're upset at their current like so you have to kind of step back and not look at the situation like as if like they're lashing out at you, they're upset at you.
Just
Yeah.
evaluate it, because
Mm.
if they're irritated or there's an issue, it could be something bigger than you think. Like it may be
Mhm.
some type of issue they're having with their health that you
Mhm.
don't know about. Because like with elderly people, it could be small as a UTI, but it can change the way that how angry they are, and the way their brain works. So if you got an elderly person that's irritable, just make sure that their health okay. That may
Yeah.
be a time where you need to really take them to the
For the
hospital or to the
doctor.
doctor and get them checked out, especially if that's not the normal way that they act. I definitely went through that with my father. He passed away, but he had dementia, and he was a minister.
Mhm.
And he started cursing and being all upset. And I'm like, whoa, I never heard my dad act like that. And come to find out, he had a UTI, and it was causing those issues for him to be irritable.
Oh
So
wow.
um, just remember those type of things. When they're angry like that, it could be something bigger than you think, and could have a health issue related to it.
Jeez. And like
Yeah,
you like even hearing that, that's like really wild to me that like that can like how it triggers other things or
yeah,
it affects other things like and you
absolutely.
don't even know it like because we're not paying attention in a sense we just like because you're in that present moment like who you talking to like wait a
Right,
minute. Not
right.
stepping back like wait a minute you normally don't talk like that you
There you
normally
go.
don't respond
There you
yeah
go.
so you don't think like that normally in the presence of but you have to be in a sense mindful like of the like what's currently happening. Like you have to step back. That caregiver has a lot of responsibility because you do
Absolutely.
have to assess the situation from a different mindset. Like and not even sometimes that you ask for it because like even in your situation, I mean you didn't ask in the sense you raised your child like because at this point I'm sure she was still when that happened she was still minor right
Yeah, she was 12.
so
Yeah.
she was young. So like so you're raising your child. But even in the mindset now, you have to shift to caregiver mode, which is a whole different like okay, raising her is one thing, but like actually having to like almost go back to like infancy, like where now
Mhm.
like you kind of like, okay, this is like we're back at stage one now. Like I
Yeah,
got you
yeah.
12 and now we going backwards. So
Definitely.
like you have to shift your
I
mindset.
say, even with her, now that I remember, with her brain injury, it caused her to be very angry as well. So it takes a little while for the brain to heal, and some of that process it makes the personality be a little altered. So I did deal with that, caring for her, and as you said, as a mother, you like, wait a minute, who are you talking to? Because she would get smart and get
Mm.
and yell. And I'm like, wait a minute, but I had to remember, you know what I mean, that my child is sick. You know what I mean? Even though
Mm.
she looked like she was getting well, her
Yeah.
brain was still swollen, and she's still ill and she's still sick. So that's definitely you gotta wear a different hat. You gotta take off your
Yeah.
mama hat and you gotta put on your caregiver hat and say, okay, I gotta be patient. Even though she get on my nerves right now, I have to change into caregiver mode. So
Yeah.
it causes for a lot of patience, So I definitely agree that you definitely need a support system around
Mhm.
you, and it can't just be you. It
Yeah.
cannot just be you. So if it's just you right now, I would definitely try to look into like maybe Hamilton County Job and Family Services has support. I used to work for him JFS, so um, that's somewhere you could reach out and ask for help as well. So there's a lot of different organizations that can assist you with caregiving.
Yeah. Definitely. And like the key word is just help. Ask for help. Your
There you
help, but ask for help. Or if you don't have the support around you, get the support. Use the resources. There's so many resources out there. Like resources that can just like that get somebody in to come sit with them for a couple hours so that you can just go outside and breathe. Go
exactly.
outside and walk in the park.
Just a break. That's all you
Yeah.
need. A little break.
Yes. Just a
And
little
I,
break.
I think people really think, probably overthink sometimes when it comes
Mhm.
to that support. But like you said, it's just those little small breaks. So, people be afraid to ask for help because they're like, oh, well, I can't help with this. I can't help an elderly person. Well, I just need you to sit here. I just need
Yep.
you to sit here for 10, 15 minutes so I can go outside and ground myself and just walk out on the grass with my bare feet and just chill out and take a break for a minute. That's help,
That's
believe it or
help.
not. It's
Hmm.
not that big. So just remember that, whoever's listening too, like, if you want to be a support system for somebody, it doesn't have to be that big. It could be bringing them lunch. It could be like you said, hey, I'll give you a break for about 15 minutes on my lunch and bring you lunch too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
um if you're looking to assist someone that is a caregiver, those are little small things that you can do to relieve some of that, help them manage that stress for the caregiver.
I love that because that technically went in. So again, this goes back with that kindred spirit because literally I was going to say before I ask this last question, put your mindset on dropping a gem. Um, I normally ask every week for a gem, like some words of wisdom, some words that you live by, like a mantra. Because you know how you are. You get in the mirror every morning. You're like, I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am glorious. Like I know you do that every morning. I know that. But like something that you can encourage, like leave us with some encouraging words. I ask that every guest do that. But the last question I was gonna ask was how can family, friends, and community members step in to better support those caregivers roles. So like you kind of already like jumped at it. You jumped my question and you said like, making that phone call, say you want some lunch. Like, but yeah. So you kind of answered that already. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, just little small stuff like that.
mhm,
Calling and checking, like, hey, how you doing? And then, they if they sound stressed, wait a minute, let me see what I could do. What do you need?
mhm,
You know what I
mhm,
mean? I might not be able to help you, but I might be able to, I know with my dad's wife, she was actually a nurse, but she still used to get frustrated. So me
mhm,
just calling and checking on her, you know what I mean? And with little small stuff, like she was like, I gotta make his doctor's appointments. I can call and make the doctor's
yeah.
appointments. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? If
mhm,
it's just like one small thing that
mhm.
you could do to take away, some of that stress for that caregiver, it's just that's all you need to do.
I love it. See, even when you answer my question, you still have more to answer. I appreciate your whole life. If nobody told you today, Carrie appreciates your whole life. Like I
Oh,
do, I do. Because
Gary.
yes, love you too. Because again, last minute, you always like you already told us a long while ago that you wanted to be a part of this, and I'm so glad that when we made that phone call, y'all, she said yes because she could have said no. She has so much going on. She couldn't even join us for the 4th of July, or because she had so much going on. But she cooked some salmon. The
I
supporter, the caregiver cooked um, the salmon
Oh,
of the
y'all, I
decade.
do.
The salmon of the decade, charisma. Am I not lying? That salmon went. Listen, okay, and this is not even about this. I brought this. I went and picked up the salmon from her at 3 o'clock. This just for example, made it back to the house around 3:19. Around 3:25, that salmon was gone, and they were asking for more. Like that salmon went like that.
Tell me that
I
part.
got a corner of it. I'm the only one there that only eats fish. I'm the only one that there that only ate fish. So it's
Yay!
chicken, it's ribs, it's all this other stuff. They took the salmon like that. I said,
Oh,
I just get to vent. This is my platform. I get to vent about it. So, but kudos, thank you for that salmon. So we coming back for more salmon. If y'all
okay.
want salmon, y'all can't get it. But I'm telling y'all, the salmon you want to try, that salmon was off the chain. The little piece that I got, because they definitely took it. They demolished that.
Oh,
But
that y'all
before
love.
we get off,
I like I
drop some.
but it was made with love. It was
It
made.
def- and okay, because now I keep going on it. And it wasn't even grilled though, right? See, that salmon was like off the chain. Like I that's one of my favorite fishes. Like I love fish, of course. I'm a pescatarian, but
Mhm.
I've never, and I'm telling you, I've been all over. I've been a lot of places, seen a lot of faces, but I ain't never had no salmon that tastes like that from no
Oh,
restaurant, from nobody's house. Like I'm telling you, I think you catered. You had that catered in, and then go say, "Look, I cooked this, y'all." You did that. You did that. You did that. So just let you know that. Just let you know.
all right. So you said
Uh
I
oh,
could.
here you go. She said I changed my perspective instead of well, charisma has comments. So I
Okay.
changed my perspective instead of I have to care give, I get to care give. Well, that's a good mindset.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I looked at it as a blessing and an honor to give. That's a great mindset. I think she definitely needs to go in business, charisma. I'm telling you. Like just salmon alone though. Like I'm sure it's a whole bunch of other dishes because she did you did a dessert too. But I was so mad about the fish. Like anything else, I was upset for the rest of the
Oh yeah,
day.
I did a pineapple
You
upside
did a
down.
pineapple upside down cake, yeah.
I
But I didn't
forgot.
even yeah, I didn't even oh I remembered because I was upset. I was in my feelings. I was very mindful.
Lord have mercy.
But
Lord.
no, charisma, that was a great point. It is a blessing to be a caregiver. So you may want to change, like even if you're in that moment, if you're actively actively acting as a caregiver right now, look at it as a blessing because in reality, the roles always could be reversed, and you could
There
be
you
that
go.
person who needs the
There
caregiver.
you go. There you go.
So
'Cause, yeah, you might be the next person that needs to, need some help. So
yes,
I agree.
yes, and I know because I was wrapping it up, but I used to go to the nursing home all the time. I have a friend whose mother has dementia, and she's in a nursing home, and to like be in that place where like literally all of these people they need like round the clock caregiving, and like my heart just couldn't take it. Like it's just so it would be draining for me, like ongoing, like having to day in, day out come in to do it. So kudos to those who are
Yes,
actively
to our
caregiving.
what is
Yes.
it? The LPNs, the CNA.
Yes, CNAs.
Like, I appreciate y'all. I
The,
appreciate
the
y'all.
CNAs, even the more.
Definitely.
Only because like not that they're at the bottom, but they're doing the bottom work. They're doing the barrel bottom of the barrel work. Meaning like they're cleaning them. They're like literally
Yeah.
like when they're messing on themselves, those CNAs are in there making sure no bed sores is like being because you sit in your own like
Yeah, it's
feces.
a huge appreciation for the CNAs and the caregivers. Like, we appreciate y'all. Like,
Yes.
seriously, we do.
Yes. We definitely honor like poppies, s- sisters act of kindness. Like we definitely kudos to those who are doing the work. Um, because it's great work and we definitely appreciate it because and I'm sure the people even if they're not in their right minds to just know that they appreciate it, like just believe that they appreciate it. That's it. Angie, give us those words of wisdom because I think I'm about to cry.
Oh my goodness, Lord. Okay, so what I have my children do at the beginning of our after school program is I just have them say a positive affirmation, and it's I create my world by the words I speak. And then you say I am. You can say I am beautiful, I am smart, I am, whatever you want to make it. That's something that you can say to yourself, like you said, in the mirror every
Told
day.
you. Told
Positive
you.
affirmation. Yay, yes, hands.
I
Um,
told
that
you.
say to yourself every day, I create my world by the words I speak. I am whatever you are. Say something positive. I am happy to be here with you today, Kerry.
Hey. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, she's phenomenal. And like we didn't practice that. I knew that that's something she do because like to know her to is to know that that's something Angie would do. Like I never knew that. Like we've been in like we've traveled in a sense and she was in a different hotel room, but in my spirit told me that she's in that room doing like I am beautiful. Like
See, I can't stand you.
no, I love it. I love it. I love that. I love it. No, because charisma gives that same vibe too.
Mhm.
But I know she does it as well. So, but I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for spending this time with us,
Thank you
dropping
for
those
having me.
nuggets. It was your yes for me. So thank you for your yes. We appreciate y'all. Y'all, we're here every week at 6:30 having these type of conversations with these type of people. That means great type of people. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, sharing this video, commenting, because I saw some of the comments. We didn't get to them all. But thank y'all so much. We love y'all. See y'all next week. Until next week. Okay,